for me. Hashtag let us go.
That is right. Hashtag Dirty South. So good to be back in the South. Man, it was when I hit that North Carolina border today, it was like music to my ears. Welcome to North Carolina.
Yep.
It was nice drive home. I was telling you before we got on. Going from Chicago to Dayton, it's kind of not bumper to bumper all the way, but it is. It's a lot of traffic.
Densely packed.
Yeah. And once I got in Ohio, it loosened up. And then once Dayton down, oh my goodness, it's just mountains and beautiful. And just, man, it's looking down into the valley. There's one place where you're just, it's almost like, I hope you're not scared of heights looking down. Like,
Right.
It was that far down. So it was very, very nice. Nice trip. So we got Battery. What's up? Reese, Brian, how you doing? I didn't do too many videos. I want to apologize to whoever watches this later. And now Hitman can attest. Long days. You get that. I want to enjoy my days. If you want to see some great videos, watch Mike O's videos.
Mm-hmm.
He did some great montages and stuff. I will be putting together probably a couple of weeks worth of showing off. So I don't know how much purchasing I'm going to do now. How about you, Hitman? I mean, if something hits me, it hits me. If I get it, I get it.
Yeah. There's no big plans. I gotta get through all this stuff I brought home and kind of organize it. And, I do have something else coming in the mail that I knew was coming, so I got a lot of work to do in terms of getting everything organized and put away. So buying right now is not first and foremost like a priority. But yeah, if something comes across and I'm like, I can't pass it up, then I'd probably jump on it. But right now I'm kind of putting the brakes on a little bit, just a little bit. So it's
not so much that I bought so much. It's just, my God, was there a lot of cards?
There certainly was.
I don't think there is a video out there that could put in perspective what this show was. Right.
No, you can't. Like I haven't even the little bit of the very, very limited amount of footage I took.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even looked at yet. And even when I was doing it, I was like, oh my Lord, looking through, and I'm like this doesn't even do this justice. Like you can't even. I told my wife, I was like, you can't even like imagine the scope of this thing. It was just, I can't explain it. I can't use words to it. It's huge. It felt like it went on forever. Like it just, you go to one room and then there's another room and then another room off of that room. It was just like, wow.
And for me, it was when I got there, because I knew the way it was the last time it was in Chicago. That didn't overwhelm me. They had it set up downstairs, and we'll get to the rest later. Downstairs was set up very good.
Mm-hmm.
I got to give them, they set it up nicely. Thank goodness it was 70s every day.
Mm-hmm.
We got wet on Wednesday. That's none that they're doing. Now, there's some things they could do better. They tried, people, they gave us a whole day, 3 hours of a day to come and get your credentials.
Yes.
We're the only ones in there.
Yeah.
I see. So I'm looking at Eric, those back pages. I'm trying to do some videos, catch it up to. I was watching other stuff too, but trying to starting with my friends' videos and working my way out.
Dude. That's another thing. I haven't really watched many.
I had 100 videos that I missed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of videos now. It's like, wow. I'll be going to next year's now show by the time I'm done with watching this year's.
The videos that showed the breaker area were insane. The Whatnot booth looked over the top. Yeah, and that's the same Whatnot booth. It was in Cleveland. They just, what I liked about it, while you're here with the breakers, Reese, it was more interactive. I've always asked, what is your use at the thing? Because you can't purchase into their breaks while you got to do it online. Even if you're standing there, you got to go online and get in their breaks. So, but they were more interactive. I think they were doing breaks with people there. I didn't stick around because it's just not my thing. But it was set up a lot better. It wasn't just a bunch of boxes stacked up
Yeah.
everywhere and looked like a card store just blew up in there. It was nicely done. All their booths were really nicely done. It just tells you how much money those people are making.
Hand over fist.
Mike O made a comment today or yesterday. I mean, we were walking through there when they were breaking it down, and I'll get more to my Sunday thoughts in a minute. How much he goes, I don't even know who these people are, just and how well they're set up. You know, you never heard of these people, so how big this community is just crazy to me. But we're gonna go. I'm gonna try to go day by day, thing by thing. So Tuesday we go and get our credentials. They open it up from 12 to 5 or something like that. Whatever. We go and get ours. It's literally our group minus David and Eric. Did you go with us because you didn't need them?
Yeah, I came with you. Yeah.
You came. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, Ed almost didn't get in.
That's right. I was going to get to that. So Eric.
Yeah.
So we go downstairs, talk to Eric. We find out we kind of knew it was upstairs. We just didn't know where upstairs because it was all the information leading up to it. I thought I knew what they were saying, but other people were talking about the other side and this, that, and the other. But I kind of thought they were going to do everything up where I thought they did. And we went up there, it's laid out. We just walked up. I don't know what everybody thought. When I bought mine, it told you straight up in the big letters, you must show up in person and show your ID to get your credentials. And people must not have. And the problem is if the person that bought it saw it, but if they're selling it to somebody else or giving it as a gift, the person getting it didn't see that. Mm-hmm. So there were some issues with that. Wesker Griff being one of them, but he got it. I don't know what happened. Hey, what's up, Jason? So I saw the line that Eric posted on Wednesday at 2:30, and my God, it was just like Cleveland. It was just like the last time I was at Chicago, which I know Hitman you weren't there, but they had it last year. It was on the first floor where we met Eric, and it wrapped around twice, basically. It went in two different directions and then snaked on itself. And then they ended up just walking around giving people wristbands that had their paperwork and told them to come back later. Man, get your ass in here, Micah.
Come on, Mike.
Wesker Griff was not. I don't think baseball collector, but we're going to get to that too, Micah. You need to get your ass in here. And Ed Wesker Griff and anybody else. Jason, you're more than welcome. I gave you it's in our group chat.
Come on in, Jason.
So you can ask questions. So my thing on Tuesday was, I know not everybody can get there a day early, but how many people live in that area maybe that could have came over there and got it? It would have been worth a trip if you were an hour away to come in on an hour and waste 2 hours of your day on Tuesday than stand in line on Wednesday. Okay. Well, you just keep being on duty. I may have passed out for a little while, being on Shirley. Okay, Mike. We got Robert. What's up? It was great seeing you in Chicago. Home in South Florida tomorrow afternoon. I'm driving in Georgia right now in the rain. Well, be safe, Robert, and thank you for Robert. Did pick up some stuff from Robert. I did get a nice Sarada O, or however I like to say his name. Got my first one of his. Got some Mets Japanese playing cards. Great seeing Robert. Talked to him a little bit on Sunday. He's going to be moved over against the wall next year. So everybody be aware of that. So Wednesday, then Tuesday we go to the baseball game. Great park. First time I've ever been to that park.
Yeah, it's a nice park.
I like the park. I love the field. Well kept field. It just looks so big on TV. I was shocked.
It does, man.
For being so big, it's got the dimensions of a regular baseball field, but it felt small.
Yeah.
The park itself. We parked right. Go ahead.
You ever been to Fenway Park, Scott?
No, I have not.
That's the one you walk into and you're like, oh my God, this is a box. Like,
yes, it's just so old. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you feel like you could reach out and touch the green monster from home plate.
I've heard that.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard that because
Yep.
Washington seems big, and I think it's kind of the way that's built into the landscape.
Yes.
Same way with Baltimore, where this one was kind of closed off from the city a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But man, we parked right there at the ballpark, got right out. I didn't listen to my if y'all want to know why I have a picture of a fat guy leaning at the window yelling on my thumbnail tonight, you can ask the mics all about and David. They had some fun laughing at me driving in Chicago.
Angry Scott 35.
Yeah, it wasn't so much the traffic; it was just
it's nuts, dude. It's nuts,
right?
Yeah.
I can sit in traffic.
Driving, you know,
you know, it's going to be city driving, but the idiocy out there was what.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know what was worse, that or wagons in the show, but
wagons in the show.
Great part. We'll take away with that. We won't talk about Hitman falling asleep and being on TV.
Nope, we won't talk about that. My son's like, "Your dad, you're asleep." I'm like, "I know. I couldn't keep my eyes open for like 2 innings."
I have the picture
on TV.
I can't. I got the picture somewhere. I was looking for it because I was going to post it on here tonight.
Yeah,
but
man.
If I find it, there could be a baseball card next year. But
Topps Now card.
I'm just saying, I've got another one of a friend sleeping.
Goofy ass fan in Redskins hat falls asleep at game.
That's right.
You know.
Yes, Jason, he fell asleep. My man was up probably already 24 hours when we went to the game.
I was exhausted.
Yeah, he was Big Bear yawning in the back seat. And we dropped him off after the game while we got something to eat.
I was like, I can't, I gotta go in. I wasn't feeling well. I was like, woo, I was toasted.
Right. But yeah, we had a good time there. Then Wednesday, got up. We went to Pequod's. Okay. Since I don't see Ed on here, can we all keep a secret? Ed made a good choice. Ed made a good choice. Wesker Grill made a good choice. We can't tell him. It's between all of us. But Pequod's A+. I will go there definitely next year again. It was
definitely good.
Yeah.
And there were some nice sights there too to see.
Yes, it was. Our waitress was nice and all that.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Hey, Dave, you can hop on, man. I put it on for all of us. So, good pizza. It wasn't a literal, like, Chicago-style deep dish that I'm used to. So, I think that's why I liked it more. It was more of a thick crust.
Just a pan pizza.
Pizza. Yeah, It just cooked. I mean, it was perfect.
Thick crust, but it wasn't heavy at all. It was very light. Like, it was
very
airy.
Hey, Rick, man, it's great seeing you. The one thing, I wanted to get to this. So, show Wednesday, great time. A lot of people. Even how big the floor was. That was probably the crowdest I've ever seen it on a Wednesday. Myself, I was trying to count today, like how many shows. 8, I think now it's been for me. 9. I'm lost in the numbers, and also COVID throws me off too.
Yeah.
So it was pretty crowded show. I have not had Giordano. I just had a thick crust from Giordano's. But I am not a deep dish pizza lover. I'd rather have the thin crust.
Yeah.
But anyway, the show. I went in first day. Did you have any thought process before we got into the show how you wanted to go about things? I know you're more laid back. You'll hook up with friends and do a lot of walking around and stuff, looking at stuff with them. But did you have any thought on what you wanted to do?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, dude! I never have any thoughts. I was like, "Where's the closest entrance?" And I'm just going to start from there.
Okay.
That was really it,
So I went to the right because I really liked the right last year, and this year the right was a home run. It was if you're wondering which way I'm talking about, if you were there, autograph side, Beckett side. It was it was a good mix, a good vintage. There was a high end vintage in the back corner, probably one of the best vintage tables at the show. I don't think everybody knew it was back there. I did get a Charles Barkley back there. What's up, Paul? What's up, Paul? I got two Pauls. Portillo's. We did go to Portillo's. We hit that one night, late night. And then just roamed around. And very quickly, I said, I'm not going to see everything. It's no way. I'm not going to see the whole show.
Yeah.
So what did you have that reality pretty quick that you were not going to see the whole show?
I probably by Thursday, I was like, I don't think I'm going to see this whole thing. I mean, I never even got onto the corporate side. I don't really care anyway, but I never got onto the carpet in the way back. Like, I didn't even go back there.
I didn't either. I never got back to the carpet.
I would say I probably hit.
What's up, James?
If I had to break it up into a fraction, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the show, I was able to at least cross through it and look. But unfortunately, the side where where you said it was good, like the autograph side, I didn't spend a lot of time back in there. I just didn't. I just didn't. Yeah, it's definitely and I mean in a good way. It's overwhelming. It's like you just and I get very like overstimulated. I'm like, geez, man, like. I just kind of walk around and just look and it's like, it's just so much,
So I didn't get overstimulated on that. When I go on the other side and everything is going on, I got overstimulated over there. I couldn't, when he got close back there where all the corporate stuff is.
Yeah. Because I was in that back corner because there was like a good table over there with really inexpensive autos. I was able to pick up a few autos back there, which is really cool. But it was noisy. There was something going on. I heard kids screaming and yelling and like doing some cheers, and it was getting really loud. And even some of the vendors I looked, they were like, "Oh my god!" They were like shaking their heads, like, "This is crazy." Like, no rest for the wicked, man. No rest for the wicked. But yeah, it was. There were pockets of where it was just like crazy loud and. But yeah, like I said, I think maybe I probably hit 2/3 of the show. I didn't hit the whole. I wasn't able to see, I don't think, everything. I know that for a fact. So
yeah, Wednesday, I knew how slow I was going, and I kind of started picking up things, not first thing, but halfway, and I even doubled back. I was like, I'm not going to see everything, and there's so many people here.
Yep.
If I see it and I want it, and that's
I'm going to get it.
I'm going to go ahead and get it. I'm just going to go ahead.
First table I stopped at, I bought something because they had Don Mattingly I'd never seen before. And then after that point, again, like I said, I didn't see every table, but I mean, I don't expect Don Mattingly to be featured anywhere, but it was light on Mattingly as far as what I saw. There wasn't a lot of
when I ran into him, I ran into a table that was quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to get to this in a minute. So when Jason, where they had the breakers at was where the autographs used to be back in the day. so they were kind of out of the way. They didn't really bother me.
Yeah,
Nothing really bothered me. And let me go ahead and talk about this. The one thing is a guy that gets an occasional autograph. The autograph pavilion where it's at is nice. It was quiet, and it was so quiet, I missed one of my autograph signs. Because back in the day, you can be anywhere on the floor and hear the guy barking on the microphone, last call. You didn't have to be right over there in the place. This year, way they had it angled facing that wall, and it was not facing the room. Oh, do they, Paul? Yeah. You couldn't hear it. And I got over there and I missed Michael Vick. I lost money on that one. My fault. I wasn't over there at 4, but for some reason he left at 4:21. So nobody he didn't stay and do photos. Nobody knows the real thing. So I just threw it away. I was like, well, I'm not gonna let it ruin my weekend. You know, I've done worse with $100. I can tell you that. So at least I can remember it.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you know, I got in there Wednesday, and I was like, I'm not gonna see it. I'm gonna get in. I decided where I'm at is my card show. I don't care what's over there. I'm at this table. This is my card show. When I get over there, that's when I'll be at that card show. And what was so good is we had 6 people with phones and other friends. So we were everywhere, right? If we saw something, we told each other. Or we just picked it up and gave it to each other at the house that night. We got the OG, Dave's Midlife Card Crisis, coming in.
What up, Dave?
Hey, you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm back to work today and back to reality.
Gotcha.
Start my countdown for next year.
I was going to say we were going to text you today to tell you to start the countdown.
Yeah, 3:51. I guess it's less than that because it starts on a Wednesday.
Right. So,
what's up, Brad?
So my question, I'm going to give it to you too, since you're getting in here right now. Did you happen to see the whole 4, all the 4?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive I got to most of it. Well, I know on Saturday I found a whole new section I didn't know was there, and then I found the rest of it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I hit everything.
Yeah, because I just Wednesday I saw that whole right side where the autographs were at because I really enjoyed that side. It was a great mix of cards, and good boxes to go through. And I kind of started going through boxes kind of early this year because I think we talked about it at the house. I know I talked with Fabian about it. Is because it seemed like it was so much high end or vintage stuff in the glass, right? That everything else just got thrown in boxes. If you want to call it a value box or whatever box. So it was kind of like where most of my PCs at is in these boxes. That's where I had a pretty good time at.
Yeah, I couldn't really find too many good ones. And I didn't look through a whole lot, but like the ones I found, well, I was trying to find, maybe I could find some nice old relics, the good old school players like I used to find for $3-4.
Right.
And then all I would find is just no name autographs in them in those $3 to $4 boxes. There was no good relics in the ones I looked at. And then the ones I thought were going to be pretty good, they were overpriced with. I mean, you'll see some cheap ones like they'll be $10. So I'm like, that's a $2 card, and then I find one I like. Okay, man, that's $10. No, it's marked for 30.
Right.
Okay, never mind. I just had to walk away.
So Paul C wants to know if you like Portillo's hot dogs.
I thought they were good. I didn't go this time.
You didn't go this year?
No. But I thought the last couple of years they've been pretty good. But I don't know how that the express one is. That's like a drive-through.
Well, I got a regular sausage, and then Ed had one that was like a smoked sausage. I had two different and I thought I haven't had a hot dog there yet. I usually get the sausage or the beef, and I just got sausage.
Yeah. Plus, I eat hot dogs for breakfast every day. So
Yeah. Did you guys see the table last year with the 200 value box? I did not. I don't know if really. That's why I don't call them dollar box. Now there was a lot of dollar boxes, a lot of quarter boxes. I got baseball cards had a really yeah, we can show the picture of the glizzy I got on the way home if you want to. Look at that damn thing was a foot long and wrapped in love. Let me see if I can't find that real quick. That thing, I found two things on the way home. Egg cheese omelets. Those things are fantastic if you ever find those in a Holiday Inn. And then let's see here. We're gonna share a screen. Bam! Look at that son of a bitch. That is a cooler that is sitting on. I got this at a Jet Fly on the way home yesterday, and that son of a gun, it was like a garlic croissant wrap thing, and it was so good. I was in love.
Wow.
So I really thought that was really good. And it's always nice to find stuff like that. I'm a trash can, either value bins or trash. I didn't think so, Paul. But it depends. I think it depends on what you're looking for. That was a glizzy cannoli. Looked awesome.
now I found in that when you go through the main entrance, if you went straight back, there was like a big, huge table of dollar cards.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had some other stuff like cheaper stuff, 25 cents, 10 cents to the left. But I was down there on Sunday, and I was just pulling dollar rookies, and thinking it would end up being like you get 15 cards for $10, so it ended up being like 75 cents a card. And
Right.
I bought 75 rookie cards out of that box.
Now this Wednesday I'll probably do part one of my pickups or whatever. But I mean, I found boxes that were loaded of these. Most of them around $10, and they were all in one touches. And then the guy took like 20% off the price. So I was like, and I got them right at the end of the day, Saturday. That's when I found them, and that was in the middle, right across from the macaroni and cheese spot, which me and Mike hit yesterday. Too bad you couldn't get, we couldn't get that food. So I heard that was good, and I heard that the taco thing was good, even though they were expensive. Did you measure that Pepito man's card case? No, I did not.
That card case is the best. I told him he should market it.
Well, you know why they're doing that, Paul, because you got people to get a stack of cards and then want you to take, it's $1 cards or quarter cards, and then they want the guy to take 50% off.
I did see a lot of you talking about with the magnetics.
Mm-hmm.
Where they would put like a $2 card in there, put their dollar magnetic card in there, and then charge $5.
Right.
So,
right. I mean, but I know what we're going into. I have found out the last 2 years, I feel bad for people that are just a casual, live in the area, go to that show, that goes to that show, and then they don't understand the pricing, right? Because there's some very high price stuff there, dumb price stuff. And if you don't know where to find the right, comps or have any idea, that's what a lot of that's for. I thought Got Cards, back here in the back, by Dave and Adams, If you know who that is, they're out of Atlanta. Their boxes, I picked up a bunch of shit out of there. Again, priced as marked. I thought they were fairly priced, and then they took off 20% when I handed it to them. I love the freebies at the corporate tables. Hardly no freebies this year. So I don't even think eBay was handing out coupons this year, and they had 2 setups. Walmart was there with a setup.
That was weird.
Yeah, I didn't go look at any of the corporate stuff at all. I walked through it and kept walking.
Well, the only time I went over there at the end of the day just to see what wax. I already had in my mind. Walmart had a corporate stand there.
Yeah, they never have cards at Walmart. They're always out.
Yeah, but they had it online because they have a third party online, but that's okay. Anyway, so I go get wax. I did pick up. I already had on my mind if they had the Star Wars Black Chrome, I was going to buy a case. And it ended up being one of the things for the top Star Wars Chrome or giveaway, or not give whatever. They gave you a pack with each one, which I haven't finished open. I still got a half stack over here, but I did open up my Chrome. Dave, I think, got my big hit out of it. He opened up a box, and
no, that wasn't me. I got Niem Nub.
It was Mike O, I think.
Was it Mike O that got the magic kit? Okay.
Did he get the Rosario?
Ahsoka, I thought was a. You talking about the silver packs or the?
Yeah, no, Ahsoka.
I think that might have been. It was either Michael or Fabian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one of the 2 mics. Yeah.
No, I got a decent one.
Yeah,
My
you
silver
got
pack was terrible.
I haven't opened up the rest of the silver packs. They're still sitting here. My favorite freebies last year was the eBay magnifying light. I don't know what they. Now there was a lot of them that had like games and stuff like that. There was corporations I never heard of before that was doing stuff on that news side. I didn't spend much time in the middle. I just felt like I was crammed in there. It just felt like I was like, and it was room in there. I just, to me, I felt. I went in there late in the day. My favorite freebie last year was eBay Bucks Too Soon.
You ready to go to bed? Okay. Good night.
Dang, I can't. Yeah, I got a case. Got some good stuff in it. It comes with 3 cards and then 1 autograph. Since y'all heard, and I'll show it off sometime. I did hit the Rosario Dawson out of 20, I think. 25. 10 out of 25 Rosario Dawson Ahsoka card. So I don't know if it pays for the case, but probably comes damn close. But it won't be sold. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I wanted to make sure I got the case hit. So you buy the case, you get the case hit. To me, I thought it was laid out a lot of room. Even as crowded as it was, you could find space and pockets in different places. As usual, 11 to 3, it's busy. You know, I used to go to my hotel room during that time and go eat lunch and do other stuff and then come back over. Split my day into 2. Can't really do that anymore. We did go eat one day at Bob's, whatever that place was, barbecue place. I don't think people know those food places are over there.
Yeah.
It was not a lot of people over there at lunch.
Mm-mm.
I don't think people realize you can go inside the hotels and eat at their places either. And the one we ate at was pretty good inside Doubletree.
Mm-hmm. It was good. Yeah.
You know, it was a handful of people. We didn't stay there. We paid for it. It's actually damn good burgers. Bub City. Yeah, that's a good point, Paul. Bub City was real good. I thought I was going to have to get our drink refills, but the food was good. But I think they did it a lot better this year. I want to give instead of all the bitching and everything from last year and the year before, last year I didn't bitch either. The parking was better. The elevators worked until Friday, or was it Friday or Saturday?
Saturday night it didn't work.
When we had to go all the way at 5 flights.
Yep.
Yeah, so they didn't work Saturday night. So that and you got to think too, in that area they had a horror festival going on in the Hyatt at the same time. A lot of people didn't know that. If you saw people walking around in like horror T-shirts and stuff outside, that's where they were going. So I asked somebody in the elevator and they said, yeah, it was a big crowd over there. So you had that going on over there. This is the second time I know of they've had that. They used to have it in where we stayed at, Dave. That year that we stayed at the same hotel where their Bill Murray place, which shut down. They had it over there one year when I stayed.
Caddyshack.
Yeah. And then Chicago was busy. They had White Sox in town, Cubs in town. Lollapalooza was crazy, everything I've seen on that. And then the biggest national, I think they broke the record on Saturday is what I overheard for attendance. I never heard officially. They never announced anything Sunday. And you know what? Now I hear it. They never announced anything over the intercom about seeing you in 2 years. Usually they'll like Detroit. Today they didn't even announce. We left at 30 minutes before. Yesterday we left 30 minutes before it closed, and they didn't even say anything about, hey, we'll see you next year in Chicago. It was kind of weird. But what was y'all's overall perception of the show? Was it good, bad, indifferent, too crowded? What?
I'll go first. So not my favorite national, the show-wise. Obviously the get-togethers didn't work out as well either. But
yeah, we'll get to that.
Other than that, it's the hanging out part was still awesome.
Yeah.
The show, I think me and Fabian were talking about it yesterday or the day before. There's not a lot of cards for me at the show, like in the showcases. So it was a little tougher for me to find some good stuff. Obviously, I think I did end up doing pretty well at the end. But there was just some stuff that for me on the show, like for card-wise, it wasn't my best national. It was busy. Saturday didn't seem that bad to me.
Yeah,
Friday didn't really seem that bad to me either. Thursday was a little bit packed. And obviously Wednesday was pretty good packed too, but that seemed about normal as the last couple of shows. Those first 2 days are really busy, and then it kind of slowed down the Friday, Saturday. Overall, I thought it was an okay show. Just wish I would have found some more stuff. At least contemplating if I wanted to buy it. I walked past a lot of showcases like, no, nothing in here, nothing here, nothing here.
So to follow up on your showcase thing, before we move on to Hitman. So Sunday, I'm walking around at the same showcases I went through earlier on Sunday or Wednesday and Thursday, and they done more stuff in there and lower end price stuff. So I found like 3 Pete Alonsos and a David Wright auto that I know was not in there.
Yeah, and I figured that that's going to happen throughout the show. I just probably all the stuff that I want probably was coming on Sunday afternoon.
Well, not only I think they just keep stuff back, and they think everybody wants the big ticket item. I think most people are there looking for that middle range. They want,
for
they
sure.
want the everyday stuff. Yeah, you can go get that on eBay, but when you go to a card show, because Mike O always talks about, I don't want to get what I can get on eBay. I understand that 100%, but then again, I want what I want, and I don't care if it's on eBay, at a show, on the moon, down the street. It don't matter. I look for the same stuff.
like for me, I mean, not that I have a card budget. Yeah, I just gotta, be smart about how much I spend. Sometimes I go
Exactly.
crazy,
I
sometimes I
gotcha.
don't. But there's only really one time a year for me when I have $1,200 or around $1,000 to spend on cards that I
Right.
have free range to buy those cards. I don't
Right.
have $1,000 on a random Tuesday. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy
Right.
$1,000 worth of cards today. I have, $10, $30, $40. Sometimes it's, all right, let me get that $80 card and then I'll not buy one next week. So but the national, I have those funds for that purpose. So
Mm-hmm.
if I gotta buy stuff that I know I can get on eBay, I'm gonna buy it anyway. Might
Right.
as well just buy it there. Hopefully I'll find something a little bit that I wouldn't normally get, but
Well, I found something I haven't found on eBay yet, and thank goodness Ed told me about it. That I haven't showed or spoke about yet. Very happy to talk about that probably either Wednesday or next Wednesday. But I felt like for me at this show for buying, I would put this in one of my top 3. I don't know about my top 1, but what did you think, Mike?
I mean, in terms of if I had to, rate the show like and what I got, it was definitely my best show of the 4 I've been to. This is my 4th national. It was definitely my best show in terms of my pickups
Nice,
for
better.
sure. I liked the show a lot. My one thing I kind of kept going through in my mind, I mentioned it too. I said, has the national gotten just a little too big? That's where I kind of sat with that. I had a great time. I enjoyed, being on the floor. I love being in that environment, looking at cards, shopping for cards, buying cards, absolutely. But just with some of the ancillary stuff and how it's related, which you're going to get into, I just wonder if it's gotten just a little too big. That's all. That's really my only. It's not even a gripe. It's more of a question, right? It's a kind of rhetorical question. But no, it was seeing you guys and hanging out with you guys, that's really the best part of it, and seeing everybody, that really is the best part. But I had a good show. I mean, it was definitely a good show for me.
I bet I
No
don't
doubt.
want.
it might have been my fourth or fifth best card national. I think the last 3 before this I
You did better.
did better. It was close. It's not because the Koufax kind of really helps when you're I put that up with my Mays autograph from a couple years ago.
Mhm.
I think obviously the one I got the mantle and the Griffey was I don't know if I'm going to top that one. Because I also bought a bunch of good stuff before that before I went back to the ATM. But I would say probably my fourth.
I know one thing. Looking around and seeing what I bought 5 years ago, and looking at the prices of what I bought then, and seeing how they quadrupled or 5 times in amount, I know now you need to buy that stuff if you had the funds. What Eric, it sounds as cliched as it is. Yes, today's prices is tomorrow's bargains, and and that's such a truth. Now, Jason, this right here, I'm assuming like
Yo, Mike, what's up?
when it comes to this, I don't know. There was only a few tables that had. I don't know what yard sale stuff is, because like a lot of those guys that have been there for decades, centuries, since the beginning, that might be who you're talking about, and they set up near the front and the same guys. Sometimes you find some interesting stuff on their tables.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Hitman bought some stuff off the table. Got
I
that
do every year. I know.
Yeah, that one guy has some really rare Mattingly's I like to try to get. Got stuff last year in Cleveland and this year as well. I'm still caught up in the guy who had the 9 cello packs of 89 tops for $100.
Yeah,
that was my pick of the national. Like, wow.
yeah.
Like, wow.
I really didn't see nothing like that, Jason. So I wouldn't say no, but not saying I didn't see everything. So I tried to see upstairs. Let's talk about upstairs for a minute and get this debacle now that Mike is here. I got there at 9:15 at the upstairs, and I couldn't walk the upstairs floor.
Yeah, the upstairs kind of stunk.
That was just. I don't know who was up there fighting to see things. If I was those dealers, I would have been pissed that I.
Oh, that's what I said.
paid
I would have been
up
pissed if
there.
I was a dealer up there because I don't know how much business they lost. Like I couldn't stay. I told Davis I can't do
Yeah,
this.
They
We walked
did
around
have
and went
the
out.
coolest
on
item
comms,
at the show there, though. The coolest item at the show was up there.
What the coolest item was up there?
Yeah.
What was it?
The Hollywood Hogan boot.
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was
pretty
Hollywood Hogan, what?
His boot, his NWO boot.
wrestling boot.
Oh.
With his face on it, the NWO boot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I kept hearing. That's why I tried to walk up there. And even Sunday, we talked about it, and we never made it over there. So, Mike, what was your overall thought of the show and your ratings? You've been there for about a decade now. What do you think?
Like every national, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a great time. It was fun. It was plenty to see, but it felt different. I don't know. I guess maybe in the moment, every national feels a little different. I don't really know how to describe it because I end up buying less volume in cards than I probably have in years and years. But I also bought 2 very pricey big cards for me and another one that's really tough that wasn't exactly cheap. And then I did some box diving and stuff, but not as much as past years.
I mean, you made a dealer's week right before the show was over.
Yeah, we at least made his day for sure.
Yeah.
Because Sunday it was sort of your typical modern day national, and by modern day I mean the last few years, where very crowded Wednesday, very crowded Thursday. I still thought it was quite crowded Friday. Saturday, I think it was probably busier Saturday this year than last year's Saturday, I believe.
I think so, but I still won't that bad.
But no, yeah, you can move around and stuff. And then Sunday was, if it was condensed and if you got rid of the second floor and you cut out some of those other rooms that they've expanded to, I think it would have felt a lot more full. But because it's so expansive now, I mean, you could stroll through like you can typically on Sundays and actually see the showcases and, kind of step without the risk of, dislocating a shoulder, cracking a rib, getting your foot run over by a wagon. You don't have to worry about that stuff. But
that's the question of the show, man.
Plenty to see, plenty to choose from. I mean, I was definitely very disciplined this year, so I didn't buy as much. Because I think about it, and I didn't see as much of the crazy, hard-to-get stuff. I didn't have a lot of choices to make. There were a few things that I was looking at that I chose certain items over. Whereas past years, maybe there would be like 10 or 12 things I was deciding on over a couple.
Well, I did a large chunk of cash myself. So.
But I saw plenty of stuff that I could have or would have thought about buying. And then I kept hearing about how vintage was so overpriced. I mean, I don't know that I agree with that. Sure, some of the high grade, some of the top guys, perhaps. I mean, nothing's changed every year. Certain big cards rise a little bit at a time. But I saw, like, if you were going there looking for lower grade vintage, I think you could have had a field day. I think the prices were
it was
pretty darn reasonable. I mean, I saw a lot of Hall of Fame vintage cards that you could have bought that only a few dollars more than what it cost you to get graded and such.
Right. Well, Dr. Slew, I don't know if anybody got bought out. I didn't hear about it if they did. But people got whole cases bought, not 100% all out.
They were selling through inventory a lot.
Repackers came through Wednesday and Thursday and was buying up shit. I heard that from quite a few of the dealers, including Robert. But Robert said he didn't come came in. So then you had the Brian Grays and other people there. I'm sorry, Hitman, were you going to say something?
Me? No.
Say, like, so with the size, like how many tables there are, I actually like that it's gotten bigger. And I thought, like, obviously the floor set up even beside upstairs. The rest was better than 2 years ago. Like they set it up a lot better this year than they did 2 years ago for sure.
Yes.
I like them. I like all the tables because that means there's more people with all different stuff. You know, if it just happened they weren't for me, but for other people they probably were. So I like having all the extra tables there. That doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind how big it is.
And let's while we're here, while we're on that topic of how many more tables and stuff for everybody, the fear before going in was it was going to be 50% Pokemon. Was it even 10%?
I hardly saw any Pokemon.
Was it even 10% Pokemon?
No,
I don't think it was.
even know, man.
5. I mean, a lot of the Pokemon guys there too. They had a showcase of Pokemon, and they had regular, like 3 or 4 cases of regular. So
There was a couple there that were straight Pokemon, but it was the percentage was no more different than what it was 4 years ago. I don't think.
yeah.
So, with how many was there? Jason, not many. I bought one. I bought 2 for Fabian while I was going through boxes. I think we saw a Mickey Mantle. Was out there for 300. I don't think anybody picked that up. I don't know if somebody did during the show. Did anyone wear? I'm sure there was. There were some people walking around in Jerusalem Cruisers and those damn a little bit of everything. I'm sure
there was some ladies there that went with their boyfriends, didn't know better, and were not comfortable.
Okay, I won't even get into what I wanted to talk about with that. So my next question was going to be, it was nice and cool in there. Did everybody agree?
Yes.
They need to install heaters for next year.
Yeah, so the highs were around upper 70s at the most. Air conditioners were great. It was just very comfortable. I think they did 99% of what they need to figure out is how to get the passes out to everybody a little bit better, and how to get people that need to buy tickets and get their daily tickets. I think they should have a place for the person that pre-bought their tickets to show up and get each day band that you bought a ticket for. Just go ahead and give it to them. Why do you wait till the day of to give out that band? If you know Thursday is going to be blue, you know each color, what day each color is going to be.
And it's the day that we could be on the band.
Right.
Wednesday, Thursday,
and just
Friday.
hand out the bands like they do everything else and get those out of the way. Why are you making people line up? And the line was made worse because we have to remember just a few short years ago, they would line them up in the room where the autographs were at this year. That room was empty. There was nobody over there. That was the corral room. Hitman, I know you haven't been there before, but that room used to be empty. And what they did is they did what I called the elephant parade, like the circus parade, and walked everybody across. So everybody got lined up, bought their ticket, and got over there in line and walked across. So it was the same line. It was just indoors instead of outdoors.
Gotcha.
So it made it look worse because it was outdoors going down the street.
Well, they also had it where you actually had to go in. If you want to buy the tickets, you had to go in and go to the booths to buy your tickets for the day.
Right.
If you already had your prepaid, then you go into the room and get your badge, and then go stand in that line if you wanted to, or just go stand outside and
exactly.
I used to.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's ways. Did the nachos have cheese? Did the hot dogs have? Yes, everything. They had plenty of food. The thing is again, they only had one. The place only had one refreshment stand open. I didn't understand that. They had 2 or 3 others that I saw closed. I don't know why you just wouldn't have all of them open. That lady would have a field day yelling all over the place at everybody. But they had a lot of refreshment stands. They had, and one thing I wanted to touch on was they took some women's bathrooms and put men's signs on top of them. I don't know if anybody saw that. I walked into one and it didn't have a urinal in the play. I turned around and went, oh shit, I walked into the women's bathroom. And it had, the sign was about that thick. They just took one of the men's signs and stuck it on top of the women's sign. So it was 2 men's bathrooms there. Where I found the hidden bathrooms and the hidden food place behind the Becky. So they did that. I noticed. So I started looking at that. They did that at a couple of places. So that was very smart of them to do. The other thing, PSA line every day, all day. Sunday wasn't a line at any of them, but every day, all day at the other one. Beckett line every day, all day, except for Sunday. Anybody wants to talk about Beckett going away? Just need to see that line. I don't know why, but they still just at CGC. Best thing they did was Mike got a cool picture card over there that nobody knew about until Saturday. CGC has a lot of issues, man. That's a story for another day. But I like the way it was set up. I hope they learn and be better next year. I hope they can somehow we know why the upstairs was the way it was. Why they just didn't say everybody pick up a table and walk left 10 feet.
Yep.
What do y'all think about
mind-boggling
about the
What's up, Jason?
where all the corporate stuff was towards the back? I mean, you had some up like a little bit around, but it wasn't like usually like last year it was like the whole, not all the way to the back, but like it was just one big line, or 2 years ago, one big line of corporate right there in the middle main room.
Right.
Where this year they moved it, most of it all to the back, where they had all the little things right by kind of by the breakers.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good idea where you just had
I actually liked where the breakers were. They were in their own area, out of the way, where only the people that wanted to be over there was over there. And it broke it up a little bit. The only thing I don't like is it's not a flat floor all the way across. Every time I went across that ramp, I might get a twinge in my back because of the unevenness, trying to navigate going up and down there, walking across that floor. I did one night have back spasms. These guys saw it. I was Wednesday night, I think it was. It was pretty
Angry
bad.
Scott 35.
But that was back spasms that night. Took
What are you talking about with the floor?
So where the floor is going in from the middle part to the old, we call it the old and the new side. So where the breakers are in that middle section, you had to go down like a ramp almost, a concrete. It's like a concrete elevation, and it's pretty steep. It's got a good angle to it, and the way it is, it's not even. So it kind of put a little strain on my back a little bit, and I'm just wondering how people didn't fall or whatever. I'm glad they don't. It's not a good look, but hey, Jason, if you would have saw that upstairs, you would have wondered where the fire marshal was. I can tell you.
Yeah, some people send me some pictures. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Rick, I did. The morning, the day after we got thrown out, I took care of them. So I remember my DNA. I can tell you that.
Give them an upper
They're
deck.
still probably working on that.
Yeah, JD Heckett was right about that. Okay. Yeah, that I plugged up after I ate at Dub City, boy. Dub City, woo.
Well, that was probably dumb of us to all get appetizers on top of our meals, and
That cornbread was good though, boy. Yeah. So again, it looks like the National is taking over that whole area. They're trying to control what's going on in the hotels and everything as well. And also the hotels are just not having it now. They know what's going on. So that's what happened with Mike. If everybody's heard or not, wasn't there with our get together Thursday night. They just saw a bunch of people come in with backpacks and cases, and they just weren't going to have it. They even threatened to call the cops. So they just wanted us out, and they didn't care. So that's what happened. I just left because I was hungry. I was hangry, not just hungry. I was hangry. And we went. Some of us just left and ate. I could see him trying to figure out where to go, and I just thought we were going to have an issue, so I didn't want to have that. Mike O, if you want to see some good, it almost looks like the Kennedy video, him walking around on the grassy knoll.
Yeah, it says it's a Zapruder film.
Yeah. So,
I do have a question for Jason here. What are the odds, Jason, that you'll make it next year?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to say right now 50-50. It's just hard every year because that's around my little one's birthday. So like last year, we celebrated her birthday on her birthday, and I left the next morning at like 5 a.m. So it was she woke up and I wasn't there, so it's kind of tough on her. And I'm already gone so much with 24 hours of shift. But I'd say it's probably we'll give it 60-40 that I'll be there.
Yeah, you're better dead than me.
Mine are still young. I guess you're young too.
Well, yeah, well, my daughter turned 7 while I was at the National, so I
Yeah,
was there
mine
for a
turned
birthday
7.
party though.
Yeah,
I did come home early for the birthday.
that's good. Yeah, as long as you can make it. And then my wife's birthday is August 5th, tomorrow, so it's like smack dab right in the middle. Is Mike asleep?
Me?
Yeah.
no baseball games.
No, it's no baseball game. I can't.
He
be
wasn't
asleep.
sleeping. He was resting his eyes.
I'm just resting my
Oh,
eyes.
I said he was praying. That's what I go. He's praying.
Oh,
So, does anybody have any thoughts on, any thoughts whatsoever on this? Want to speak on the National? I mean, it's changed. It's bigger. It's only I don't know how it's going to get smaller unless something drastic happens in the hobby. Where it's at, it just that part of the country is just so many people to begin with, and then it's so easy to get to for everybody. So, what is anybody's thoughts on the National? Just throw them out there.
The worst National we're ever going to be to is also always going to be great. So it doesn't matter how big it goes; it's what you make of it.
Right. Exactly.
that's exact. Yep.
It doesn't.
Yep.
Like we always talk about the most important thing of the show is not the cards; it's the people we go to the show with and hang out with.
Yep.
So even if we're at a cool get together at a bar or eating pizza on the grass or just hanging out at the Airbnb or walking around a crowded show, running into your friends, and just walking around not buying anything, it's still a great time. I always would prefer to be doing that than not do it.
Right. Yeah, I'm a little upset myself that I didn't get to spend time with more of the community as my peers. We come back from Friday night WNBA. Our boy Eric Ed is not doing well that night. His feet were. I don't know what was going on with feet and ankles, but him and Fabian had swollen feet and ankles. Ed's was really severe.
I was a little worried. I was a little
Yes,
concerned.
I was concerned as well, and he looked better Saturday. But I was hoping the Thursday thing it would work, so I can at least speak to people for a while and maybe get a piece of pizza. And but it just didn't work out. I did see people around. I did get to say hi. I was glad I stayed. Let me speak on this. We haven't even touched on this. Trade night, Four Corners. I got to give it to them. They about Four Corners. Four collectors. Hey, I got it right. Okay, give it to
Good job, Scott. Good.
yeah, I got a card over here. I can't.
I heard that was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
So I got a free card from them, and for me as a catcher collector, they
cool.
couldn't have picked one out better for me, right? So I really, I thought they took something and made it their own in that one little part of the room, and that almost became a hangout for us. That
100%. 100%.
Got to talk to people, and plus walk around and see what was out there, and it was. I got to give it to them. Good job, guys. If y'all see that or somebody talks to them, congratulations. Very well done. I hope y'all do it next time. The only thing I wish is maybe we get our own area, like not in that area, but where we could do a hangout and trade cards if we wanted to. But I well done, guys. Bravo on doing that. Well done.
Can you guys hear me okay? Somebody was saying that I sounded weird.
It kind of sounds strange.
A little equity.
Yeah, it's like,
Hold on, it's probably because I got my headset on.
Yeah. So I want to say, good job to them on that. And, that was well done. And I want the for the other hangout, for them to have the forethought to move venues as quick as they did and get the word out there. Maybe next year somebody could take the ball and do a get together somewhere. If we all have to if the people have to chip in or whatever, vintage trade night, hopefully in its own room next year. Yeah, or at least like section it off, or I don't know. It worked. But I don't know. You can always. I just want to say they did a great job. I feel, hopefully somebody takes the ball and gets a real place for all of us. So I think Thursday night is the best night because I think Friday people start leaving for the weekend. We talked about that before. This is almost a show that's two shows. It's the Wednesday, Thursday show, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday show. It almost feels like.
I just think at this point it's gotten so big that it almost is getting to the point where it could warrant being a day longer.
You think so?
They would do plenty well with it if they wanted to.
I can tell you this. This is the one thing that I don't like about the show, and I should have led off because I wanted to end on a good note. We still will. Is the person that comes in on Sunday should get the same experience as the person that comes in on Wednesday. If you ever worked in a retail job or anywhere else, the person that comes in at 8 a.m. should get the same experience as the person comes in at 9 p.m. So them closing and start tearing down stuff at 1:30, 2 o'clock, to me is unacceptable.
On Sunday?
On Sunday. It made me so mad I wanted to leave today.
I don't understand why they do that. I mean, a lot of people are catching the flights out, but at least because what do they close at 5 during the week or the weekend?
yeah,
Well, four on Sunday.
6?
Oh, 6 out during the 6 the other nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 on Sunday. So the person's already got to pay full price to come in on Sunday.
Right.
So you got you talked about you got kids and family to come in or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't allow them to break down that early.
Yeah. What if that's your only day you can go? Like that's the
Right.
only time you
Exactly.
only go on Sunday.
And there was a lot of people buying tickets that came in on one day for Sunday. And you know, for me and Mike, we're walking around doing one thing, trying to get deals. And there were deals to be had definitely there today. 50% off signs. People not even you just throw a price, they don't even haggle. They say, yeah, then you feel like an asshole, should ask for less. You know, I mean, there was some wax marked down, not much. There was, you know, it was quiet. It wasn't. That's the other thing is like the people that come in on Sunday, they're not really doing the same thing in the corporate areas they did during the week. There's not people coming to eBay. There's no celebrities. None of that. So that's already gone away. And then people start breaking down. We went over to Got Baseball. Was it 2:00? And they were almost shut completely down.
Yeah, it was getting ripped apart.
Yeah, I don't think that's okay. They need to make
I
Sunday
mean, it's
like
just one of those things.
either-
Like I get that it's busy for the dealers and it's a long week, but the reality is it's the National. Like, boo-hoo. Like, I get it. You got a lot of travel to do and all that, but this is the National. It's once a year. I mean, kind of deal with it.
Right.
If you have to go home another day later, then oh well. Otherwise, like, I do think you should get penalized. I mean, you can have a different person, but like, I don't know, something should get slotted. You get stuck upstairs or something. But overall, I mean, I thought it was good, and there was a lot to see for sure every day. And even if you did get in there Sunday, even with the guys who did shut down, there were that I wouldn't say it was almost everybody. It was a select few, but it's definitely different. I mean, I think if you're going Sunday, that would be something that should be added to the advice list to give new time people. If you're getting there Sunday, if it's your only day, you got to get there when it opens for sure. You don't want to roll in 2-3 hours into it because then you're really not going to get a lot of time.
You think if the tickets were half price Sunday, you'd still go if that was your only day?
I mean, they probably should be cheaper to be
They should
honest.
be.
That would be
100%
more fair.
It's not the same show. It is
No,
not.
it's definitely not.
It is not a thing. So, Rick, great. I'm glad you were still here and glad to bring this up. The Misfits Wednesday night at Lowe's. I got there for that, Rick. Wanted to hang out. Just too crowded. I wanted to sit down and get something to eat. They won't sit in people. But I know people went in there, and if I were already ate and came over, I think it would have been a better time. And with it raining, I was going to leave and not come back because it was pouring down raining outside. That's what sucked for me. So I hope y'all keep doing that, Rick. It's good for all of us. But you know, I don't know if that's the best place to do it at or not. And if it is for y'all, I'll try again next year. I know Mike stayed there and liked it. Mike O and Hitman.
Yeah, it was good.
But I was hungry, and I'm a diabetic. So when I'm hungry, I start getting that feeling. I gotta get something to eat.
Gotta eat.
Gotta eat. So
Did they give any issue, Mike and Mike, on like they did with baseball collectors?
No,
Nothing at all.
It was everybody at the bar.
it was at a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at a
okay.
bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No cards are out. I don't think. Maybe very few, but
and they were most of them were sitting down eating too.
Yeah, eating,
Yeah.
and drinking, and just even wives were there. I mean, it was a different vibe.
It was
So what was because I wasn't there. What was the deal that they had at the embassy that they really just didn't want you guys there? Was it because it was
We weren't guests. You know, nobody was staying in the hotel. So
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. If we were just in the bar, everybody's just in the bar drinking. I bet you they wouldn't have had a problem. But since we're just all upstairs randomly,
and it was not. It was probably 250 people.
Holy
and
crap.
there was a big
This was-
sign too that
This
said
was 6 o'clock.
YouTube get together. So they're
Yeah,
probably like, oh, this is
it was
this
6
is kind of
o'clock.
party that we don't know about.
And was it rented out for that purpose?
No, rented out.
Oh.
Oh, you just showed up.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's the
Every
freaking
year,
problem. Duh.
Everybody just showed up every year. They didn't say anything because everybody was buying beer. And, last year they got ran out because it was loud and late. And you got where it was, there's rooms all around it. It's like in a middle
Right.
area, it's got rooms around it.
Yeah.
So, people complained. So, but they used some thing that I don't agree with. I don't think the National might have said something about people not allowing people to host trade nights to compete, but they don't want to deal with it. They don't want people being taken over.
I mean, they didn't know what was going on either because
Yeah, if they didn't know what was going on, that's
they
the
would have
issue.
done. They would have done plenty. They would have done $3,000 in alcohol sales
absolutely.
for sure in the bar downstairs.
Well, not for nothing, but if they have that room for you to use, say, yeah, give us $250 or whatever, $500, and allow you to rent the space. But it sounds like they weren't allowing that.
Yeah.
No, they just want us out at that
It
point.
was not organized at all, other than pizza was ordered.
Yeah. Last year was awesome at that, whatever it was, VFW.
Hall.
Yeah, the VFW. Yeah,
That was amazing.
So that because we didn't have nowhere to go like we did
Right.
in Chicago, that was always kind of the standard. After we used the first couple of years, I think it was at the Hyatt. Then it moved over there, and it just worked really well. It was kind of by accident, and then because somebody was staying there, and they said that space was there, so
yeah,
It was staying there that that year.
Oh, was that okay?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was just a happy accident, and it kind of worked.
Yeah, I mean, we've never needed it in the past, but this is one of the things. Like the National one thing, they're locking down, and they are coming. They've made statements about the trade nights and stuff, and some hotels probably didn't care, some did. I mean, Lowe's literally had signs everywhere that said no card and memorabilia, whatever they called it, basically trade nights, and they had the stuff roped off.
Even if we did like Thursday night, so Friday night they did the Tiki place. It was Filmington's thing.
Yeah,
We could have easily had tell them, hey, we're bringing 200 people to your bar, tomorrow night or on whatever that on Thursday night. Have extra bartenders. We're going to be a lot of people coming in. They probably would have been prepared, and they know we're coming, and it would have been free because we're just going to be on their patio. That's the whole thing. We just should let people know instead of just thinking we can just go up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess my point is the National, as we spoke about, there's more and more dealers, more and more space being used. They're adding more people. There's more people attending the show. They're breaking records. The same thing is happening with the YouTube get-togethers. There's just more and more people showing up because more and more people are watching the videos going, oh, cool, I want to go, or I'm able to go. Every year expands.
Non-video makers that were there too.
Yeah. So lesson learned, and I guarantee next year it'll be more properly planned. So it is what it is. It happened. If you stuck around and stayed, you had a good time, and you'll remember, wandering around
I had a good time
from place to place, and then hanging out. Once we were on the grass, once we finally found our spot after an hour, I mean, it was like a regular get together, just outside on the grassy knoll, and stood around, talked, met up with people, caught up with other people, ate some pizza, brought some pizza home, and Pepino Man had the line of the night that night. I don't know if I should repeat it or not, but it was pretty comical.
Repeat it.
It was pretty comical. Don't want to get him in trouble, but
a triple dog dare you.
Yeah, it could get me in trouble. I'm not.
All right, text it to the group.
it was funny. It was.
Damn, I'm mad that I missed this year.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Fabian. I want to say, I know he's busy with. I think everybody in his family's either got a birthday or something this week.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you to him for getting the house for us.
Oh yeah.
We already got the house for next year. The way it looks.
The same one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We were 10 minutes from the place. I never went the same route all 5 days. My GPS sent me a different way. so I don't know how to get there still from the house. But right around the corner, one block over, was any type of food you want to eat. Target,
Which
everything.
Target did a great business too. I mean, everyone did well. The dealers around the show all did well. They all said they had one of their best nationals ever. The fudge place killed it. They basically
they were
ran out of
happy.
fudge.
They were
They were out of all their chocolate covered stuff. And Target had an uptick in card sales because from when we got there to when we left, they were empty.
Scott, what was that?
Truffles from the fudge place.
Oh man, that's good.
I was doing the truffle shuffle.
Truffle shuffle.
Yeah, that was some good stuff. The fudge is awesome there. That place. They're at the Philly show too. But yeah, everywhere around. So where we stayed at, a beautiful lake right across the street. If you haven't caught it, Micah did a video of them doing a junk wax era opening. While me and Ed were at the WNBA, it took me literally to get to the WNBA game. I think it took me about an hour to get back. It took me 35 minutes. So that's how close we were to downtown Chicago from where we're at.
That's awesome.
So, and that's with traffic. That's with Chicago traffic. So, we got things planned, thinking for our group next year. Good times, man. And that's what it's about. Even if you go by yourself, you're with 100,000 people that think the same way you do. And when you're at home, it's hard to find anybody. Ain't that the funniest? Like, where are these people?
Mm.
And if anybody ever tells me we got to do shit for the kids, I'll smack you, because there's more the demographic now. The age, it ain't no longer old men at this thing. The average age was probably about 20 years old at this show.
I know there was a few comments that we had talked about where kids are pulling out, bands, but was there the kids that were literally like pulling out thousands of their pocket and stuff?
I didn't see that this
10,
year.
12-year-olds.
When you're at the trade shows and they're sitting in the floor, yeah, I did hear a trade where somebody says you owe me $15 or $15 grand or something. I just kept walking.
Holy crap!
So
He was great.
yeah. So I mean, you're seeing killer, and now it's not just modern either with these kids. They do everything. They're on top of it. I still say I think they're the driving force because how much they sell and resell. I think the younger kids are the driving force in the market right now, because most of us older guys buy it and hang on to it.
Yeah,
we're collectors, and it's nothing is wrong with what they do. I just feel like they're the driving force behind a little bit.
and they just move at a faster pace too. I mean, not for nothing, but us five here and multiple others that we know and in the chat that, like you said, we keep and collect what we get, and they are like, let's move it, pick it up, and move it as fast as we can.
Yeah,
they literally, yeah, their whole collection fits in a case.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just,
is it a collection now? Is it a collection?
I don't call it.
I would say it's more of a possession.
Yes, it's a commodity.
They get a thrill out of the win.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the part of it they get. Yes, the
Ed
win and the.
made a good point today, and I didn't answer it because it's Ed. So he said,
I would say the one thing that kind of in that same subject, I didn't really like. So we're at the trade night, and they had those guys up on the stage just talking, having they're talking to the kids about, holding on to their cards for like a year before they move them, and the value is going to go up. And I mean, I know that part is probably okay. Like, don't just flip them real quick and take losses, but I like to see them start talking to them about actually collecting,
right?
Yeah.
Instead of talking about the money aspect of it.
Or learning about the players they're collecting other than the money that's attached to them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'd like to hear too and again, wasn't there, but that type of situation where you're only talking about value. How about what's your favorite card you picked up, and do you know one of the stat lines on the back of that card? You know, do you know maybe where that person was born, or the stuff that we all read? You know,
Good point, Diamond Gems. Yeah, and again, these kids, they live in a 15-minute world anyway. Now
exactly, Diamond.
These kids live in a TikTok world.
Yep.
Everything is quick, and you know, and I can't fault them. They walk around with more money in their pocket than I got. So
yeah, we screwed up in our lives.
right, you know,
Maybe not Mike O.
Yeah, what's up, Ziggy? I don't fault them for what they're doing. I think they're just a driving force right now. A lot of things that go on are geared towards them. When you go to these shows and stuff, and that's fine. Loud noise, lights. You know, the card show has changed. This card show has changed in 10 years.
Yeah,
A lot. And when you go, they got stages. Every one of them have like seating now, and I mean eBay has a mini, stadium seating going on at their thing.
yeah, that's like that last year too.
Right, and I didn't really see the same. Was Fanatics even really set up there this year?
I don't
Now
know.
that I think about it, I saw Tops. I didn't see a Fanatics place.
I didn't pay attention. to
They had
it.
Fanatics Collect. They had that set up. The
Oh, did they?
website where you can buy and sell cards or whatever.
They had most places that like eBay had booths set up for their eBay lives. Everybody, if they have a live show that they were connected to, they had their own studios set up that they were going on. It's really changed, and only time will tell if it's for the better or
Yeah,
not. That like we said, when we're in a junk era, did we know it was a junk era? I don't know. So it's hard for me to say that because I have a problem with when they start calling things that. But I feel like it was a good show overall. Things have changed, and we just got to change with it, move on or move out. That's what you got to do. And I think our group has figured it out. It's, we were behind the times 2 years ago, or was it 2 years ago we were at that last Airbnb. We waited, had to get an Airbnb where everybody else was still across the street. Now everybody else is in the same boat as us, so now we're ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
So, I feel good about what we did, and I think we had a good show. Again, I want to thank Misfits for Thursday night. I want to thank Mike Moynihan for the 10th on Thursday night was there, and then Spitballing. Not only is that a good show, I've said it. That show's pretty damn good. I appreciate them for doing Friday night and just organizing. It's just saying, hey, let's all meet here. It doesn't take much, and I'm thanking them. And I want to say, again, bravo to four collectors, even though it's 5 of them out, for what that vintage trade night thing. Good job to those guys. Well done, and hope bigger and better things for all of them. So in the future, anybody want to? That's my closing. Anybody got anything in closing before we head out for tonight?
No, it was just a great time. It's always a great time. Day
wait till
plus
next
one
year.
is here. Day plus one.
I'm
Yep.
sorry I missed out.
I'm glad I'm at home and get to sleep in my bed tonight.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
When
well,
we get home.
I can tell you what the best was is when I came in the door and went right to the bathroom. That was
Oh, you can take a dump on your own toilet.
that was definitely the best thing that happened to me.
Last year, one last story. Last year, obviously, I stayed at the Misfits house, me and Sticks and Seams, all those guys. And Sticks got the queen bed in our room, and there was a bunk bed. And I was like, oh, shoot, I'll take the bottom bunk on the bunk bed, thinking nobody would be up on top. Dylan jumped up on top. Those guys slept like rocks, and I had to go find like a shop-size fan that I could run so I wouldn't hear Jim in the other room snoring like sawing logs. I slept like a freaking newborn baby that was teething every 2 minutes. I couldn't do it. I was tossing and turning up and down. And I got home. I think I slept on my bed for like 14 hours straight. I was so tired.
Yeah, I was the snorer this time. Me and Ed had to switch rooms so Mike O could get some sleep. So
I don't know if anybody will ever snore as loud as Jim. Pick or Jim. It is obnoxious.
Oh, I'm sure I can make a run for his money.
Yeah, I love
I have the
that.
mask, so
A little snore off.
yeah, we got some snorers in our house. Me, Fabian wears that teeth guard so he don't snore. I think I just need to put a pillow in my face.
Yeah, earplugs.
Yeah. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on, taking the time on a Monday night. I know it's crazy. I want to thank everybody for watching. These guys, I will be showing something later, and I don't know if Mike, they did something super over the top for me. Brought tears to my eyes, and I'll get into it in a video later. Probably will be Wednesday, and so check that out. I'll be showing my pickups probably next 2 Wednesdays, and I'll probably have a special CGC Saturday, or just a one-off, because I got something else for Saturday too. I think Saturday I'm gonna do a breakdown of how I did on my PC, if I stuck to my PC or not. So until then, like, share, tell a friend, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you to my new subscribers. I know I dropped the ball this week. I probably could have picked up easily a couple hundred if I just done what I should have done. But that's on me, and it's not about the subscribers. It's about growing the subscribers and being a close-knit group and community. So until next time, see ya.
See ya.
And enjoy the cards. Enjoy the cards.
Do something nice for somebody.